Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is January 7th, 2023. So there's been people making videos saying my name and talking about me. So, I really hope that this is the last video that I have to make addressing all the drama in the community, because I'm really am tired of all this. I think I never started my channel with the intentions to be beefing with anybody, especially people that are supposed to be on the same mission as I am. My mission is to go after the establishment and to expose their corruption. It's never been to attack anybody in this community. So I'm gonna just, lay out everything, and hopefully, if people want to call in and have a discussion, I'm gonna try my best to not say a single curse word, to not yell. If any other people who call in start yelling and cursing, I'm just going to hang up the phone. I want to make this an educational video. I don't want any shouting. I don't want any cursing. I don't want any back and forth at all. So shout out to everybody. What's going on? Dr. Savage. Yeah, I'm not going to address anybody. This will be my last video about saying anything. I just see, I'm like, damn, there's so many people who are just either like fanboys. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Like, they can't see the obvious. It's like they're so scared to say something, right? And I think this is the same thing that goes on every day, like at your job, or probably this is probably the same thing that goes on in the government. People are scared to say something when they notice that something is wrong. They're scared to say something about it, and I think that's why the corruption continues to go on. So, yeah, you're right, Ghost. He created a cult-like following. You said it perfectly. I wish somebody like you would call in. So it's been like 5 videos of people talking about me. So I'm gonna start off with this guy. I never heard of this guy before. And he made it clear. He didn't say my name, but he's clearly talking about me. So this guy right here. So this video, he goes, this video is for the non-stop trolls and haters that fell off the Gematria train. Okay? So this video goes out to, I guess that video is dedicated to, I guess, people like me and Sports Gematria and all the people, and Dr. Savage, all the people that has said something about Zach. He decided to address in this video without saying any names. Frank the Truth Tank. I don't know who you are, but I just want to say something to you. I get it. Zachary Hubbard is your friend, and you're supposed to stick up for him. I get it. But this is basically what you're saying. If Zachary goes out and kills 10 people, you're not going to say anything about it because he's your friend. If he goes and scams 20 people, you're not going to say anything because he's your friend. If he rapes somebody, guess what? You're not going to say anything because he's your friend. See, that's why we can't really take people like you serious, because you're obviously biased. You see, I don't have any friends in this business. Sports Gematria, Dr. Savage, none of these people are my friends. But they are people who I respect and who respect me. And the day that respect ends, that's when our connection will end. I don't have any problem with any of these people. Why you think Sports Gematria has never made a video about me? He doesn't have a reason to. Right? Am I the first person to have beef with your friend? Am I the second? Am I the third? Or am I the fourth? So everything you said in that video, none of it makes any sense, because you're saying that we are haters and trolls. First of all, think about what I've done in the last 3 years, right? I learned this knowledge from Zachary Hubbard. Right? I came across his video, and I decided to. The first thing I did before I even made any videos is I called up his radio show, and I've shown this already in my live streams. The first thing I did, this is what you call not being a hater and not being a troll. The first thing I did was I called this radio program, and I said, because I believed in it. At first, I believed in it. I said, this guy seems to be legitimate. He seems to be really trying to fight the system. So let me help out. So when I saw that, I said, okay, let me call him up before I start making a channel, because I don't want him to think that I'm trying to compete with him for any reason. So I called him. I said, I like what you're doing. I respect what you're doing. I'm going to help you out on this mission. And he said, fine. He said, he always says, oh yeah, we need more people like you to start Gematria channel and put out the knowledge. We need more people to put out the knowledge. Everybody should have a channel putting out the knowledge. We need this knowledge to spread. Isn't that what he always says? Right? So that's what I did. I opened up a channel. Right? I started putting out murder conspiracy videos about how they murdering celebrities. And I try to stick to like one thing, right? I say, you know what, let me just focus on entertainers and just show people how, the number 38 shows up around rappers and celebrities, right? So that's what I kept doing. Then people were asking me like, oh, if you want a studio, because at that time I wanted to open up a studio. I said, man, if I'm able to open up a studio, this will definitely take off. So I said, you know what, how can I generate money so I can pay for a studio so I can afford a rent? People were saying, well, you need to put out sports picks because that's the only way people will support you on Patreon. I said, fine. I opened up a sports picks. Now, at that time, I had a job and I started, I think it was from 1 to 9. I don't work there anymore. This was back in 2018. My job was from 1 to 9. Now, me and Zach, we live in two different coasts, right? He lives in the West Coast. I live in the East Coast. He's told people that this is the thing. If you ask people, like, what is your issue with Arthur? And people have asked him that, and you know what he said? He said, Arthur started a blog that looks just like mine. I mean, really? That's your problem with me? That I started a blog that looks like yours? And then he says, he opened up a Patreon and started doing live stream at the same time as me. That's what I'm saying. Like, these people don't really have an issue with me. Their issue is jealousy and envy. That's it. What does it matter if I'm putting out sports information at the same time as you? Why does that matter? Your people don't follow me. My people don't follow you. And what does it matter if I'm streaming right now? If my video has 0 views and everybody's on your channel, then it shouldn't matter. This is where the problem began. The problem began when I started predicting things correctly, and he was incorrect. So now he felt like, oh, now I'm challenging him, which is not the case. That last live stream that we did when I was going back and forth with him, he said that he predicted that the Washington Nationals was going to win the World Series, and that is not true. That year, it was very tricky. He was the one that nailed the 3-2-2 conspiracy with that World Series, how it was connected to George Bush. But I nailed the Washington Nationals without even having to see that, because that year 2 umpires died, and there was a bunch of other things that I noticed. Because this is the thing about these championships. You don't need to, there's a lot that goes into these championships. Like, for example, like this year, if let's say the Buffalo Bills do win the Super Bowl, somebody may say, I called the Buffalo Bills because after that Damar Hamlin case happened. Somebody may say, well, we called it because of the top shooting. Even though it's all connected, we don't always have to see everything, and we don't have to always be on the same page. Somebody might see one thing, another person might see another thing. That year, I was focusing on the 2 umpires that died, because I was noticing how those 2 umpires were connected to the Washington Nationals. So I said, you know what, I think the Nationals are going to win the World Series. And I remember this like it was yesterday. If you guys remember, there was a woman in this community. Her name was Miriam Marcus. If you guys remember that World Series, this is how the sequence went. The Nationals won 2 games. The Astros won 3. And then the Nationals won the last 2 games for another 3-2-2 coding, right? That's how they was able to put the 3-2-2 in the World Series. That's how the sequence went. Nationals win 2. Astros win 3. Nationals win the last 2. Game 6. Remember the Game 6, the Astros was up 3-2. And Miriam Marcus called my live stream and said, I don't know why you're telling people that the Nationals are going to win the World Series, because I think the Astros are going to win, and this is why. So she started showing me a lot of things. I'm like, where did you get this information from? I said, she said, I got it from Zachary Hubbard and other people in the community. I'm like, okay, this just makes a lot of sense. Game 6, all the stuff that she was showing me, I said, you know what? I think the Astros are going to win the World Series. So I actually changed my pick in Game 6. I was like, you know what? I've been telling people about the Nationals all season. I don't think they're going to win. I think, Marion Marcus, I think you're right. What happened Game 6, the Astros lost, and it went to Game 7. And then, she called back and she apologized. She said, you know what? I think you was right. I'm sorry, Simple Truth. I think the Nationals are going to win. And people in the community was like, oh, you shouldn't change your pick. I think that you've been on the Nationals the whole time. Don't change your pick. So I stayed on the Nationals, and then, but guess what? They won Game 7. And then in Game 7, Hubbard jumped back on the Nationals pick. Then he started noticing things about, it was connected to the Houston Rockets game, blah, blah, blah. Right? So that was like the beginning of our so-called beef, right? Which I didn't have a beef, because all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to solve who's going to win the World Series. Then what happens? The NBA Finals comes around. And I'm telling everybody about the Toronto Raptors beating the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals. And he's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. You guys are my students. You guys need to listen carefully. And he kept making these videos. I'm like, is he talking about me? Because why is he calling people students and shit? Like, who is he talking about? So he's telling people that Steph Curry's going to win the championship in the 73rd NBA season because he was born on the 73rd day of the year, and the Warriors are going to win the 73 games. And I'm like, no, man. Look what everything they're doing with Drake. Drake is in front and center of every game. Everything is about Drake. Every time they have an interview, Drake is there. He's talking. And now they're coming out with these articles saying that Milwaukee radio stations are banning his music. It's all about Drake. Look how he syncs up with his album. Look at this song. This song seems to be connected to the finals. Look. And this will show you. You can actually go to his blog. I mean, all this stuff is documented. Let me see. Drake Raptors. Let me see if it comes up. This is freetofindtruth.blogspot.com. You see all this Drake stuff? All this stuff, it came from yours truly. Right. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the date on this. Right, May 25th, 2019. Drake's song "The Catch Up" or 0 to 100 in the 2019 Eastern Conference Finals, plus Simple Truth TV. So Simple Truth TV did a video on this song in the Eastern Conference Finals, believing. You see, this is what I'm saying. Like, even when he's trying to give me credit, he wants to make it seem like I'm wrong. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, why would he use the word believe when he claims that he doesn't even like that word? Believing that it is predictive programming for the Raptors to beat the Bucks. He could be right. If the Bucks lose in Game 6, they will be 10-5 in NBA Finals. The name of the song equals 105. And you guys can see the rest of the notes here, right? Now, this was something that he uncovered with his research, how Drake, the Raptors clinched the Eastern Conference Finals 213 days before Drake's birthday. The NBA Finals is 213. And this is what I kept showing him. I'm like, look at this. They keep showing Drake everywhere with the sweatshirt. They're making a big deal about Drake. This year has been all about him. Right? So that's when he started saying, oh, well, it is possible that they go. But I still like the Warriors because, Steph Curry was born on the 73rd day of the year. I mean, look what Drake was doing. He was wearing Steph Curry's father's jersey. He was in the middle of the sideline every game making a big commotion. He was front and center of every single game, right? So when this finals ended and he was wrong and I was right, that's where even more problems became between me and him, because now he's like, oh, this guy's trying to challenge me. Okay, watch this. So then what happened? Fast forward to that, then the Super Bowl 56 came around, and he makes a video saying the Buccaneers is going to win. I make a video saying the Chiefs is going to win, and he's right and I'm wrong now, right? So now he's telling me, I don't know why you guys following Simple Truth. He told people that the Chiefs is going to win, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, man, I've never made a video saying anything negative about him. Actually, when this NBA Finals ended, I actually went on his comment section and I said, great work that you did on Drake, because he furthered the research. He furthered the research. I didn't. No, all this stuff that you guys see right here, this was all him. And that's why I was been trying to tell him, like, listen, I think if we work together, we'd be way better than going back and forth and trying to make it seem like it's you versus me. When I think it's better off if it's all of us together, right? The whole community just work together against these people. But he doesn't really want that, because I know what he wants. He wants to be the top dog. And he wants to generate all the money, because at the end of the day, this is about money with him. I mean, his Patreon and his donations and stuff, he doesn't want to share that with anybody. Isn't it obvious? He's made a lot of promises and he hasn't kept any of them. So as I was telling him, I was like, man, listen, when this NBA Finals ended, I didn't bash you. I didn't say, oh, I thought you said 73 was going to be the number, blah, blah, blah. No, I just said, you know what? Look how far you pushed this research when I gave you the heads up on Drake, and you was able to find all these other things about the Drake connection with the Raptors. And look, these are pages and pages of connections. And I'm like, look at that. We could have been working together, and we probably found even more. Right? But no, he rather challenge me. So, that's where, and then it's been an ongoing thing, right? Then the Celtics, we had another beef because he's telling people that the Bucks, I'm telling people that the Celtics, and guess what? We was both wrong. It was the Miami Heat ended up going to the finals. So every year that these championships come around, he wants to have like some type of beef. And then this year with the Rams and the Bengals, I'm telling people that the Rams are gonna win. He's telling people that the Bengals. And then when the Super Bowl is over, guess what he does? He said, "Oh no, fuck Fat Arthur. Fuck Fat Arthur." I'm like, why? Because I'm telling people that the Rams are gonna win. Fuck me. Have you ever seen me make a video saying fuck Zachary Hubbard? Never. If any beef that I've had is always a response to what he's saying about me. And a lot of you don't see the videos is because he's mostly in the comments section. He's leaving all his hate mail in the comments section. So that's why he says, I don't make videos about people. You're right. But you attack people in the comments. You say a lot of negative stuff in the comment section. So this is what I don't like about you, Frank, the Truth Tank. And you know what, Frank? He says he don't like fat people, and you're fat. So me and you are both fat, and guess what? He doesn't really like you that much. Because he doesn't respect fat people. He done said that in my live stream. So you consider him your friend. He doesn't really consider you're his friend because you're a fat guy. Okay, Frank? So that's what you need to understand. This guy doesn't really like you because you're fat. I think he made that really clear when he called me up. He called me a fat bitch. And this is what I don't like about people like Frank the Truth Tank, right? So you say all these things about the haters and trolls. So Frank, you're a smart guy. You think it's a coincidence that so many different people are beefing with this guy? And this has been going on for years, right? Just do a Google search. A guy named RFG Chosen One. Look at this. This video is from 2017. Zachary Hubbard beefing with a guy named RFG Chosen One. How come? How come he's beefing with everybody? How come there's so many videos saying with this type of titles like RFG Chosen One versus Zachary Hubbard? How is it that he always has beef with everybody? Why don't guys address stuff like that? Why you guys don't address that he has made promises about hiring somebody and he hasn't kept that promise, about purchasing a building and he hasn't kept that promise, about furthering this movement? Well, how has he furthered this movement? By going to Louisiana? He had a GoFundMe to go to Louisiana. He's telling people to join his Patreon for $1, and all this money comes in. And what has he done with that money? Why you don't ask him that? Are you afraid to ask him? Zach, what have you done? He's gonna tell you that he built a website that nobody goes to. How is building a website going to end corruption? He needs to buy guns with that money. That's what he really needs to do, not buy a website. You think buying a website is gonna end the judgment order? Going to Louisiana to supposedly wake up the people from Louisiana. You think the people from Louisiana woke up after he went there? You think the people down here in New York woke up after he came? They haven't. Like, Why you guys don't address the stuff that he says? He's telling people that they should commit suicide if they think that nothing can be changed. Really? People should die. People should kill themselves, right? So Frank the Truth Tank, you have to. You say that he's your friend. You gotta ask him all these things, right? Moving on. King Richard, man. King Richard is a person that I've promoted on my channel. He found my work. He said when Kobe Bryant died, and he became really good at this. And I told him this. I'm like, man, you have a lot of potential. Keep going. Don't stop. But he disappointed me today because now he did a live stream like 5 hours ago, and he goes talking about me again. And he's also talking about me. He's saying, yo, man, I'm homeless and I don't really want to get into the drama, but and then he gets into the drama. You don't want to get into the drama, but then you give your opinion about it. He's saying that I should have never talked about Sweet Lady, that I should have kept her out of it because family should not be, that it's messed up, that I didn't let Zachary Hubbard talk, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, so I shouldn't talk about Sweet Lady. You see, King Richard, you haven't been here that long to even know what's going on, right? A lot of you probably never heard me talk about this because it's been a while since I discussed this. But this right here, this is my second cousin who fell victim to the Jesuit order in the Masons. He was a police officer here in the Bronx. And this is why Zach always says that I come from a police family. Like this guy, he's always talking about my family. You know what I'm saying? And none of you will say anything because none of you have big balls like I do. You guys allow him to bash my family, but I can't say nothing about his family. And first of all, Sweet Lady's not even his family. I mean, the guy bashes his own family on his live streams. He disrespects his own mother. How come none of you say anything about that? You think it's okay to attack your own mom on the internet? He attacks his sister, calling her dumb. He even attacks his own father, right? Oh, my father was poor. My father did. My father still watches. Blah, blah, blah. And not only that, but he attacks his niece, who's supposed to be a homosexual. He tells the entire world that his niece is a homosexual. Wow. You think your niece wants the whole world to know that? That's her choice, man. It's her choice who she wants to have sex with. You guys won't ever see me doing that. I'll tell you that much. I don't care what my nieces do. Like, that's their private stuff. I'm not sharing that with anybody. But this guy right here, Galileo Garcia, he's my second cousin, and we wasn't that close, but we did talk off and on. He was a police officer here in the Bronx, and that's his choice. What he wants to do with his life. He wants to become a cop. He wants to become a firefighter, a nurse, a doctor. That's his choice. How can I tell my cousin what to do in life? People have emergencies. People have responsibilities. People need to do what they got to do. Like right now, King Richard, you're homeless right now. You said, right? If right now the police department calls you up and gives you a job offer, are you gonna say no? I'm not gonna become a cop. I have too much dignity. I'm gonna continue living in my car. No, you better take that fucking job. Stop paying attention to these fucking clowns on the internet. Whatever job they give you right now, take it and get yourself out of the street. Okay? Forget about your dignity. You need to living in a car, living in the street is not it's not something you should be proud of. If any of these agencies call you right now and they offer you a job, you better take that shit and get yourself together. One of the reasons I became a TSA officer because I was fucked up. I was fucked up with 2 little girls. I had no choice. Right? I wasn't gonna make a video begging for money or depending on somebody named Atachi. Like that's not what I do. You know what I'm saying? You're depending on the donations that Atachi is giving you. I mean, that's a big problem, my man. I don't understand how you even have time to even be talking about me when you don't even got yourself together right now. Somebody that's not, and this is no shame to people. I know a lot of homeless people that, and King Richard's a good person, but you don't even have yourself together. But yeah, you're worrying about my situation. There's something wrong with you, my man. So my cousin, right? He was a cop for the NYPD and supposedly committed suicide according to what the news is saying, right? But my cousin was not suicidal. Nobody in the family even heard him even talk about killing himself. So he died in 2017 on February 23rd. So when he died, I wanted to show my cousin, well, his sister, that is, what really happened to him, because everybody was like, "Oh, he's stupid. He killed himself." I'm like, I don't think he did that. Like, why would he do that? He was making good money. There's no reason for him to do that. So back in 2017, I was still new to the work, and I asked Zachary Hubbard to please do a decode on him, and he did. He said, "Okay, I'll look at it," and he did a very bad job, a very bad job. Now that I'm I'm a decoder. I'm like, what the fuck? I should have never even asked this guy to do it. Because first of all, he wrote that my cousin died on the wrong date. So now my cousin is looking at the video like, that guy said that Galileo died on March. He didn't die on March. So now, like, my cousin is watching your video, and she's like, oh, this is bullshit because you didn't even put the right date. You like, oh, he died on March 5th, and Catholic is 35, and she's like, he didn't die on March 5th, he died on 2/23. I'm like, how did he fuck that up? How did he fuck that up? I'm like, whatever, man. So I had to go back and did the decode myself, and this is what he says. He goes, yo, you coming from a police family, this and that, bashing my cousin that because he was a cop. This guy killed himself, and supposedly. But not only did he kill himself, if you guys know the backstory to all this, this is why I take it personal when he talks about my cousin. When my cousin committed suicide, according to the Daily News, guess what happened? His mother also ended up dying. After that, she couldn't take it, and she caught a heart attack and died. And so a lot of people lost their lives after. And my sister, she went in, my cousin went into depression. She was depressed. She lost all her hair. She lost a lot of weight. She don't even look nothing like how she used to look. So it's okay for him to say something about my cousin who supposedly killed himself. But I can't talk about Sweet Lady who has been using the community's money to advance herself in life. This is what he's not going to tell you. And this is Kathy's out there. She knows this is a fact. Sweet Lady is not somebody, like a lot of you say that, that's personal. You shouldn't attack her. She has used a lot of you in this community have helped Sweet Lady become the woman that she is today. And you guys probably don't even realize it. Because Zachary Hubbard has paid for her schooling, whether he admits it or not. Everything she has, he's paid for. That nice house they have now, he's paying for all that stuff. So Sweet Lady is a person that came into Zach's life and has benefited from this community, right? She also has the nerve to tell him where and when not to go somewhere. Oh, you can't go to Washington. Oh, you're in New York, you got to come back. Oh, you this and that. Oh, Zach, you need more money. Oh, your Patreons they're not supporting you. Oh. She's always like a dictator, but yet you guys saying that she's not a part of this community. She's a part of this community. She benefits from the community financially. She dictates whether or not Zach goes anywhere. And she's the one that tells him, well, this is what your price should be. Oh, this is what you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? So when I tell her that I want to fuck her, that she could suck my dick, I said I wasn't going to curse, my bad. That's why I'm saying that, because she's a real problem in this community. She's the person that has used most of his revenue, whether he admits it or not. Okay? My cousin has nothing to do with this community. My cousin died, RIP to him, but he has never swindled anybody in this community. He has never made $1 from anybody in this community. Okay? So think about it. He attacked somebody that supposedly killed himself, who also lost his mother, but I can't talk about his family. And none of you, Frank the Truth Tanks, the King Richards out there, none of you will put this in your video. You think it's okay, King Richard, for this guy to tell people to commit suicide? Like, you, in your 40-minute video, you talked about me. Well, you didn't say anything about him. That's because you guys are fanboys. You guys are fanboys of this guy. Oh, he's the godfather of gematria. Really? That's what I'm saying. You're the godfather of Gematria. How? Because he told people that he was the first person to go out there and tell people about Gematria. That's like Christopher Columbus. Yeah, I discovered America. You ask him how did he discover Gematria? Oh, I read it from a book. So you discovered something that you read off of somebody else. Somebody else wrote something and you read that book and now you discovered it. That's what Christopher Columbus did. He said he discovered America where people already lived at. Now, was he the first person to tell people about it and show people how it's been used in today's world? Yes, he was the first person. But that doesn't mean he doesn't take a lot of people's stuff. That doesn't mean that a lot of people in the community haven't helped advance the knowledge. Yes, we have. Everybody, collectively. There is no godfather of Gematria. The thing is, he has made people think that this is his work. Oh, this is my work. You know, Shikozy. I'm not gonna calm down. You calm down. Turn the video off. I'm gonna turn my phone off now. Chikozy calls him up and says, "Oh, look at this observation. This, and this." I'm like, He goes, okay. And then he goes and tells people about it, and then he puts it in his book. And guess what? Now he's supposed to be the discoverer of that information. That's not cool. That's not being the godfather. That's being a con man. Okay? So King Richard, you don't know what you're talking about. You shouldn't even be talking about stuff like this. Mind your business, my man. The only reason you even have 300 subscribers is because I promoted you on my channel. Because nobody watches you. I've told people to follow you. Your videos barely get 100 views. They barely get 100 views. Nobody watches you. You didn't have a platform before I started promoting you on my channel. You got to be respectful, my man. You don't know what's going on. You saying that I shouldn't talk about your sweet lady? He talks about my cousin who passed away. What are you talking about? This is beyond personal. Mind your business. Itachi. And then if you watch King Richard's video, he says there's nothing wrong with doing cocaine. Yeah, that's the problem. There's nothing wrong with doing cocaine, and you're a person that believes that way. There's nothing wrong with being a cokehead, right? Itachi, right? If you watch any Zachary Hubbard's videos, Itachi is constantly calling me fat, calling me out of my name. He's supposed to be the one that found the article about me working for TSA and getting fired by the taxi driver, blah, blah, blah. Itachi, let me tell you guys who Itachi is. So Itachi found my channel and around the same time Kobe Bryant died. And this guy used to praise me all the time, right? He's, oh my God, Simple Truth, you're so great, This is the problem that I had with Itachi. He joined my Patreon and he was, he was doing fine. He'll call me up and say, what you think about this game? I'm like, this makes sense for this game. This makes sense for that game. I guess when with the time, he started getting good at it, right? So he started, you know what? Now I'm gonna start my own Patreon and I'm gonna attack Arthur. So then he started telling people on my Patreon to unsubscribe from me and go to him. And I'm like, that's not how you do it, my man. That's not how you build a following. I've never done that. I've never joined Zachary Hubbard's. Has anybody ever seen me in Zachary Hubbard's comments telling them to unsubscribe from Zachary Hubbard to join me? I've never done that. That's not how you do it. That's not the honorable thing to do. I've never been on Zachary Hubbard's Patreon telling his Patreon to unsubscribe from him so he could join mine. That's not how you do it, my man. That's not honorable. You see, and the reason I've never done that is because I respect the person that I learned from to a certain extent. If the person disrespects my family member and calls me out of my name, then what you want me to do? You want me to be like, oh man, you're actually right about that. I should be grateful because, at least you taught me the knowledge. So you want to talk about my dead cousin? You want to talk about my facial features, how my nose is messed up, how I abandoned my children. Did you guys not see what he said? He said that me and Rich from Facebook, that we abandoned our children. I abandoned my children. So he could talk about my kids. He could talk about my dead cousin, and I'm supposed to be like, you know what? I'm not gonna address it. I'm not gonna address your sweet lady. I'm not gonna address how you buy her $3,000 bags, how you have 3 vehicles, how you have a $500,000 house, and you know what? I don't really care about the money because if he earned it the right way, then he deserves to have all the money in the world. But he didn't earn it the right way. He earned it by lying, by making false promises. So now when I go and open up a live stream and I say, "Hey, you guys, I'm thinking about this project. I'm thinking about opening up a studio. If you guys want to please support it, or just join the Patreon for $1, blah blah blah." I'm gonna sound just like him, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, here we go. Simple Truth he's begging for money just like Zachary Hubbard. He's another Zach." You know what I'm saying? So whatever he does affects me, because now I can't get nothing done, because he already fucked it all up. He already fucked up the reputation of this community. So if I want something done in this community, I can't even do it, because now people are not gonna trust me, because they already see how much of a scumbag he is. Let me just show people what type of father I am. I abandoned my kids. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that is like, it's just unbelievable how people get away with stuff like that. And then he said that when I went to Dominican Republic, that this was me trying to appear like a good guy. Really? I didn't have to do this. Yeah, there are homeless people in the Bronx, but I spoke about that. I said the reason I don't give out food to the homeless people here in the Bronx is because there's already a lot of shelter programs here. There's a lot of places here that give out food already. There's places like your local church. If you walk in at any time from operating hours from 9 to 5, you go into any of these churches, they'll give you a bag of food, a bag of groceries like this one right here. They don't have that in these type of countries. That's the difference. That's why I don't do it in the Bronx. I wish I could. I'm dying to go back to the Dominican Republic and do it again. And I want to thank all the people who donated. You think if I was a troll, like I post this guy on my look, I take pictures with the guy. I actually went up to him. I said, "Let's take a picture." I don't have any problems with you. I respect what you've done, but you obviously are a jealous, greedy individual. I put you on my Facebook. I want everybody to see me alongside with you on the same mission. Right? I take pictures with Rambo, people who I feel like are doing the right thing, right? So would a hater do this? Would a hater take a picture with somebody that they don't respect? No, that's not what a hater would do. That's not what a troll would do. I don't know. Does this look like I abandoned my kids? Does this picture look like I abandoned my children? Right? I don't know. I don't know. Does it look like I don't take care of my kids? Does it look like it? Don't my kids look happy with me? We go everywhere together. See, you don't have any children. You don't know what it's like to be a father. You might be sterile. Yeah, let me show you me abandoning my children. Look at this. Me dancing, doing TikToks with them. And she's wearing my Simple Truth TV sweatshirt. Look at this. Yeah, this is me abandoning my children. Does it look like it? Doesn't look like it. You see, you talk a lot of bullshit on the internet. I don't understand why people don't say nothing about that. How dare you talk about somebody's kids? You talking about Rich abandoning his kids. Who the fuck are you to talk about that? People are out of place. And you saying that I don't have a girlfriend? Like, you don't know anything about me, my man. You don't know anything about me. My girlfriend look better than that Asian bitch you fucking. I don't need to put my girlfriend out there, but I will. Like, you wanna see my personal life? I'll show you. Right? So who else made a video? And then okay, he talks about like this, and then this is the thing, right? The people who he's attacking are like the people that I'm like, how dare you even like disrespect this guy, Shakozy Truth? You disrespecting Shakozy Truth, my man? Now this is look at the veterans are doing. The veterans, the smart people in the community, they see right through you. They see right through you, right? People like Dan Barrett, Dr. Savage, Nikki. These are the veterans. These are the veterans. These are the people who I actually care about what they have to say. You know, all these other people, I don't even know who these people are. These people just joined the community probably like a year ago. I don't know a lot of these people I don't know who they are. But look what Dan Barrett wrote. For the full video with clear context, go to May 16th on Zach Gematria Effect News 25 live streams. And it's this video. Knowledge, what will stop the media's and the U.S. federal government's contrived race war and NWO agenda. Clearly wasn't talking about trolls. I personally don't care what he said, but if you need to see the whole unedited video to understand Shakozy's point, you will find it. You know, Dr. Savage, he wrote, he engages in textbook agent provocateur behavior. If he thinks we are just goyim, then his narcissist personality makes perfect sense. He knows what he is doing. Yes, he does know what he's doing. The sad part is many good people often fall victim to these types through trauma bonding themselves to the individual. We want to see the good of ourselves in others because we identify those same like-minded characteristics in the other individual. The problem is the other person is disingenuous. Man, now this was a great comment, Dr. Savage, and it was very well said. Nikki said accountability is his kryptonite. Yes, he can't admit when it's wrong. So all you guys making videos saying bullshit, like, first of all, a lot of you gotta mind your business, because if you're gonna address a problem, you gotta address both sides. You can't just say, I think Arthur was wrong. Arthur was wrong. Yeah, Arthur should have never said that. Arthur. And then the other guy, you know, he gets away with murder. That's like if two people are fighting, right, and you're holding back one person while the other person gets free hits. That's not fair. That's not fair. If you can't hold back to both people, just mind your business. Let them fight. Because basically what you're doing is you're holding me back while he continues to hit me. That's not fair. You think if what I'm saying was wrong, there'll be 365 comments under this video. You think this video will have 2,000 views? People are seeing the real. People are seeing what's going on. So all you people are like, Zach is my friend, man. He's a good guy. No, he's not. He's not a good guy. Here we are in 2023 and nothing has changed. There's a whole bunch of division, a bunch of attacks, a bunch of jealousy. I mean, if you use that energy that you use against the community for the NWO, I'm pretty sure you by yourself can end all the corruption. You could put an end to the NWO if you use that same energy that you use against the people in the community. You use a lot of energy for people like us. You attack Dr. Savage. You saying Dr. Savage is a piece of shit. You saying Dan Barron learned from you. Shakozy learned from you. He said Shakozy was what was he? You said something. He wasn't a real man because he lives with his mother. I'm like, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, if I'm gonna open up the phone lines, and you guys tell me if I was the one that was wrong, and how do we move forward from all this? Because the thing is, I don't want to go another 3. I've been doing this for almost 4 years now. I don't want to go another 4 years beefing with the same person and attack and having to address people in the community that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. People with their own demons. Like, to be honest, if I was homeless, the last thing I'd be worried about was other people's drama. To be honest, if I had a coke addiction, the last thing I'll be talking about is other people's weight problem. If I had a face like Itachi's, have you guys seen Itachi's face? He has a skin disease. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying there was something wrong with that, but the thing is, what makes it something to talk about is if I had a skin disease, the last thing I'll be calling other people's names. I wouldn't even dare to call another person names. How? How can I call a different person, another person names when I look like this? And this is the reason. This is the reason you hide behind the camera, Tachi. The reason you hide is because you don't want people to see how you look. You don't want people to see how you look. How can somebody like this, who learned from me, think about it. I made that Patreon you have. I'm the reason that Patreon exists. If it wasn't for my work, you would have never even knew about all of this. You would have been still going to the Knicks games. That's where you at right here. You're at a Knicks game, paying for tickets to watch a Rick basketball game. But thank God that you found me, and now you don't have to pay those expensive prices for those tickets. And now you can, make a living for yourself on Patreon. So don't attack me. Attack the person that you really need to be attacking, or just mind your business. But going on my Patreon, telling people to unsubscribe from me and join you, that's not something honorable. You shouldn't do that, especially from the person that really helped you see through all this shit. Like, come on, man. Have some dignity, my man. I just put the phone number on the screen if you guys want to call in. Like I said, I don't really want to curse. I don't want to go back and forth. If you guys want to have an educational conversation and tell us how do we move forward, how do we, continue to fight the evil, and cause the division is not healthy for any of us, to be honest. Yeah, and then Tachi goes, the guy, he's walking the street, and the guy asks him for $1 to eat, and he goes, "Hey man, do you have any talents? Do you want to? I'm looking for people with talent." And I'm like, man, why are you disrespecting this guy, man? He's probably hungry, he's homeless. Just help him out, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know what messes me up, like, when Kathy called me the other day and she told me that Rakeem Richard was homeless. I couldn't even believe it. And you know what I was about to do? I was about to open up a live stream and ask people to donate to this man. I was like, man, let's help out King Richard. He's fucked up right now. I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of him. So I go to his channel and I see a live stream going on, and the first thing he's saying about is some shit about me. And I'm like, oh my fucking goodness, man. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, you can't even help people out. Like, you gotta be careful who you help. Yeah, if the thing is, the reason I don't want to talk it to Zach, I don't want him to call me because, first of all, he thinks this is his channel, right? He thinks he can dictate what goes on here. If he wants us to talk, I'll let him talk, but he has to shut the fuck up and allow me to respond, and then that's how we can communicate. But he goes, "No, Arthur, you can't talk. You can't talk, Arthur." Like, who does this guy think he is? He comes on my channel and tells me that I can't talk. Yeah, that's exactly what he is. He's a backstabber. He learned this shit from me, and because this is the thing, right? I always tell people I learned this shit from Zachary Hubbard, but I've never gone on his channel and tell people to unsubscribe from him to join me. I still don't do that. I won't ever do that. What the fuck? What kind of shit is that? He said, why you YouTubers like to beef? That's what I'm saying. You guys think that I like this shit. I don't like it. And I'm not a YouTuber, and this is not beef. The thing is, if somebody disrespects me, how can I address it? because I don't know these people. These people don't live next to me. If Zachary Hubbard lived a couple of blocks from me, I'll go to this house and I tell him, yo, what's your problem? I go right to him. What's your problem with me? Yeah, Brad. Yeah, I know that's what really started it. And then, speaking of all the championships, then I did a live stream recently where I predicted the final score of the game, and he leaves a comment saying that wasn't really a good prediction. That was bad. Blah 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 blah. That happens all the time. And I'm like, man, you gotta stop, man. You gotta stop. Everybody in the community gets attacked. Yeah, but that's not really gonna help our mission at all. How is that gonna help our mission? If we have to beef with the sheep, we have to beef with the NWO, and now we also got to beef with the other people in the community. How the hell are we gonna move forward if we always beefing? Yeah, and it's unfortunate that King Richard is homeless right now. And just to show you guys what type of person I am, I'm gonna donate to him. Because even though he talked a lot of shit about me, I'm gonna look up his Cash App and I'm gonna send him $10 right now. Because it is fucked up that he's fucked up. It is fucked up that he's fucked up. But yeah, let me see if I can find his Cash App. You know. Hey, King Richard, once you get that payment, tell me how much money Zachary Hubbard sent you. The thousandaire from the Gematria community. Tell me how much money he sent you. All right, so this is what I want you guys to do. If you guys only if you want. His Cash App is King Richard TV. All right, I'm gonna send him something. I'm gonna do it right now because the guy is homeless and he is putting out the work. But what I'm saying is, King Richard, you need to mind your fucking business because you don't know what's going on, and you gotta stop being biased. Like, Zachary Hubbard's a fucking dirtbag. I want you to tell me, King Richard, how much money Zachary Hubbard sent you. You did a whole 40 minutes talking shit about me, and here I am taking money out of my pocket to help you out. All right? All right? Yep. That's the type of person I am. You know? So here it is. I just sent them $10 to King Rich. Right? So hopefully you can, buy something with that. Hopefully more people will donate to you. Because it is fucked up that you don't have a place to live right now. But again, just mind your business. You don't know what's going on. If I said something about Sweet Lady, it's because he deserved it. Because I don't do that. Okay? Yeah, beefing doesn't make any sense, but that's what I'm not calling this. This is not a beef. This is me addressing somebody. Yeah, Ghost, if you want to call in and talk about that, call in. The number is 646-986-0958. Damar Hamlin is supposed to be on Instagram after almost dying, right? Shit is such bullshit. I don't even want to cover that the Muhammad story anymore. If you guys can't see through that shit, oh my goodness. See, why people like Frank the Truth Tank don't call up? Yeah, I bet you. Yep, absolutely. Yep. So if you guys, help that guy out. We this is what we do. This is why when I went to the Dominican Republic, I help people out. You know what I'm saying? Not because I want people to see me like I'm a good guy. I help people who really need it. You know what I'm saying? It's not for clout. It's not for people to think that I'm a good guy, because I'm not. If I have to punch somebody in the face, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody's in need, you don't ask them, oh, do you have any talents? No, you fucking help them. You fucking help them like I did in this video. Right? Helping the people in need in the Dominican Republic, right? King Richard, he's a person in this community and he's homeless. Guess what? I'm going to help him too, even if he's talking shit about me. Right? That's what we do. We help people because that's how blessings work. You bless others and then you receive the blessings back. Okay? And, people in the community showed me that, they do care about people in need, because I got a lot of donations to make this possible. And there's a lot, so that shows me there's a lot of good people in this community, and that's what makes me not want to stop doing this. There are a lot of pieces of shit, but there's also there's way more good people in this community, and those are the people I'm doing this shit for. So King Richard, you need to choose a side. You want to be with the enemy, or you want to be with the good guys? You can't be with both. Tell me, how much money did Zachary Hubbard send you? After you told people that you was homeless, how much money did he send you? The guy makes over $30,000 a month. He has money to buy you an apartment. Let's see if Zachary Hubbard takes you out of the street. Supposedly he's putting all the money back in the community, right? You're part of this community. You should not be homeless when there's a guy making $30,000 a month in this community, right? How is this community if we're not looking out for each other, right? Oh, we need to build community. How? Somebody's homeless, you don't help them out. Exactly. He probably gave King Richard a sports pick. Told people to bet on the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello?
Simple was cracking.
What's going on, my brother?
Well, I can tell you, right? You can see it in the comments. Well, I don't think there's any split hairs about it. Whether that dickhead is an agent or not, fuck him.
Yeah.
After that, if we all got this energy amongst us and watching y'all two bicker is like watching the NBA, just a waste of energy, it'd be like, fuck this. But I'm not saying you shouldn't vent. Not even at all. Meditation real though. I could go into a whole bunch of things about your health or your whole body that really exists in energy that we should all be speaking about, because sacred geometry on the lower hemisphere is where you get these shapes and numbers. But the sacred geometry of shapes that bring in energy and blah, 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 we could all be on some, wow, this is a great time. I'm getting caught up with somebody just having an emotion. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that about you, but what trickled anything off or started anything off the rip, man, fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why this is gonna be my last video even ever talking about anybody. Like anybody can make say anything about me. I'm not gonna address it. And I just want the people to understand. Like if they come out with a video saying that I'm a homosexual, I'm not gonna address it. That doesn't mean that it's true. I'm just tired of talking about people.
That's so not for nothing. If I watch some dude speak about what is a schizophrenic, and it's not the person that I would consider my family member who has an ability to do things, but she can't seem to home in on it. But what they do say is a schizophrenic or a masochistic is a person with some type of not looking or in their own. So if we do take orders from whatever it is man-made laws about, people are going to have the most incorrect mentalities off rip. But when they do find something that can stabilize them, that mentality is not going to be as sturdy when there's no metabolics to it. Now, learning gematria is metabolics because it's digesting the information, just like our diet. But that comes along with taking a FDA standing of what we should have in our body. So when information comes across to somebody else, it's like, what the fuck? Or their personality might be stuck in such a zone. It's like, what the fuck? The same way how you're saying to donate, that karma is real just because if you do have nothing with bad intent to give good energy, the shit comes back to you. It's called the power of 8.
Yes.
But besides that being said, if it's just, I could see off rip. I remember one time when you saying, yo, I don't know why Zach don't want to go on this team with me. And I listened to him and he up until this year, I don't really follow him like that because he's really a dickhead. So I just go up there to see, decode some news, motherfucker, tell me what the truth is. And that's about it. But other than that, I can hear him and how he speaks as, I don't know who the fuck you talking about. I don't know who his circle is, but I think he's denouncing somebody. And as you could just fill it in for me now that, oh, he might have been aiming for you. Well, that whole ego thing, that comes with a bad diet, or it's not to say a genetic code, but the diet feeds into it. So I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of who better than, because we all seem to have a pioneer, but don't nobody want to use this shit. The whole lymphatic system, well, let me stick to the script. So the whole point that I'm trying to get across is, if the same way how you could look at a person and be on some, fuck it, I'm going to still have a good intention. That good intention comes out in different expressions. Either it would be ignore it, do something better than, and if karma is real and you do something better than, all you're going to do is just keep leveling up. And then the motherfucker going to have to look at you like, damn. And then the realest part of the game is when you level up so high, are you going to actually help the person that pissed you off? But this shit is all a game. And decoding the game with a cheat code be the bomb part. So I got to thank you for that.
Appreciate you, man.
You're ready.
Thanks a lot, man. Thank you for the call.
You're ready, bro.
Yeah, that was a great call, man. I appreciate that, man. You're right. You're right. That's why, I said this is gonna be my last video addressing all this shit because it's pointless. But I just want you guys to know that if somebody makes a video about me saying any allegations about me, I'm not gonna address it. That doesn't mean that it's true or not, because I'm just tired of all this back and forth shit. Like, this shit is like it's taken away from what the mission is. And if anybody in this community is ever homeless, all you have to do is just reach out to me and I'll help you out the best way I can. Even if you're one of my haters, even if you talk shit about me, I'm gonna help you out. Nobody deserves to be homeless. Hello?
Hey, Simple.
How you doing? Oh, hi, Nikki.
Not quite, but hey.
It's not Nikki?
So I'm with... No.
Oh, you sound just like her. What's going on?
It's color. Like, the problem is not what they think of you. The problem is, why do you care?
No, the thing is, the other day he made a video saying that I'm a con man. And, the thing is, I don't really care because I know the truth. But all of my people who was calling me that day and texting me, that's the reason I have to make the video, because I have to let those people know that what the things that are being said about me are not true. So it's not that I care. It's just if somebody says, something about you, you don't say anything, people are going to assume that you're not saying anything because it's true.
Not quite. And I understand where you're coming from. But, I'm part of your people. I appreciate it. Don't need the video. I got it. Anybody that has seen, these videos attacking and talking, they get the energy. They understand where it comes from. We don't care.
I got you.
We really don't. Why give anybody our life energy, our swords, our time? Why do we care?
Exactly. You're right about that.
Like, your people, we don't care. We know where you come from. We got this.
Got you.
He who doesn't understand that, that's their problem.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this.
He who does not understand where we stand at this point, so far in the game, they need to go back and do their homework. They're just trying to feed off of the drama. And, politely, respectfully, and lovingly, we're not going to feed them drama. That's it. Go somewhere else for drama.
Got you.
We are here to be free. We're here to free our souls. We're free. We have free will. And, we're just enjoying this game.
You're 100% correct.
So, let's move forward and let's conquer the game. Let's continue doing good things for others and helping each other out and, forget about the drama. Zach is toxic and I feel bad for him a little bit, but he's feeding off of that. That's his vibe. That's what keeps him going lovingly on him. We're not going to feed. You can go get drama somewhere else.
I will make that promise. That's why, this is going to be I'm thinking about deleting this video. I don't even want to put this video out there, but this will be the last time I ever address anything.
Good. Be done with it. And we can get back to what matters, which is,
Absolutely
being free.
Absolutely.
All right. Much love.
Thank you so much for this call. Yeah, these last two calls, man, you guys are on point. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think we two great calls. I think we can end it there. Yeah, I don't want to keep talking about the drama. She's absolutely right. We need to talk about the things that really matter. So you guys want to help out King Richard? I mean, I did. $10. If everybody does it, he'll probably have a lot of money to make it through the month. Doesn't matter if he chooses sides. And anybody that's homeless out there, you guys ever reach out to me and need help, I'm gonna help you out the best way possible. All right. So enjoy your weekend, everybody. Thank you to the people that called. And again, this is the last video that I'm gonna make addressing any drama. I'm done with it. And please don't make videos about me. Hani said, keep it up for 24 hours, then delete it. All right, don't know that. I'll do that. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, so, all the people who made videos about me, you guys, I'm not going to respond to you. Sorry. My community doesn't want it, and I don't want it. All right? God bless you, everybody. I'll definitely come back if there's real stuff to cover. And let's see what happens with this Damar Hamlin stuff. I mean, we still haven't seen him, even though he's supposed to be on Instagram and doing FaceTime calls with his teammates. Thank you so much, Foamfoot. Thank you so much. Oh, she said that I'm running from the truth. Little do you know, it's Foam. How am I running from the truth? Thanks a lot, Shakozy, man. Why are you not a moderator? Yeah, the guy, come on. How are you going to attack people like Shakozy Truth? Oh, man. You guys take care. See you next time.